Good morning and welcome to Football Nutmeg. This is the football. This is the Pundit table. It's good to be here once more. Thanks for those who have like, share, and comment on our channel. Most importantly, and subscribed as well to our channel. Thank you so much. This is another Saturday full of sporting activities, and we saw yesterday in the FA Cup that Manchester United lost at home to Middlesbrough on penalties after spawning lots of opportunities in the first half, which could have even Ronaldo missing the penalty as well. Ronaldo missing the penalty, Bruno Fernandes missing an open net. I think it's one of those matches, one of those things that happens in these matches, and sometimes we think that we, despite you have best players on the pitch, they could have come head, and we saw that it went down to penalties after extra time, and at the end of the day, Antonio Alanga missed that decisive penalty at the end of the day. But that's football for you. It will happen. It will always happen, even though you have the likes of Messi and Ronaldo on the same field. It always happens like that. But that is reality. And United have to live with it. And it shows how declined the team is. It shows how nonchalant the team is going forward. But that's just it. Okay, I think I have one of my gladiators on the show now, Hamza. Good morning, Hamza. Can you hear me?
Good morning, Omo. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, good to have you on the show this morning, and
Thank you very much.
hopefully. Okay, quickly, let's talk about the United. I know you're not a United fan, but let's talk about it because I saw some of your comments on the group chat this morning, and but it is football. We saw what happened yesterday at Old Trafford. Everybody expected United to win. They come out blazing left, right, center at the end of the day. Had a penalty, Rolando missed it. They had a couple of opportunities, and they couldn't take advantage of it. Can you say it's one of those games that happened yesterday, or it's just a decline of Manchester United going forward, and something has to be done?
Uh, as it is right now, I can't technically say that this is a problem. Aside the fact that the coach has to, or the interim coach has to make changes to some of the things. You know, when he started with a 4-2-2 formation. He was forced
Yeah,
after the Brentford game in the halftime to change to 4-2-3-1, which favored him. And ever since he has been using that formation. Then yesterday, we will have said that they had a boost of Paul Pogba coming back, which was supposed to be a plus to them. I wouldn't have expected them to have that kind of result against Middlesbrough, to be honest, because even if you want to say that you scored a goal and they equalized, a team as like Manchester United shouldn't be playing a 1-1 draw up to 90 minutes with Middlesbrough. And when you're talking about the spirit of the FA Cup too, you know that there is no team that you can call an underdog, because there's always this spirit of I can win him, he can win me. So
yeah,
everybody has the
the ability,
determination
yeah.
to win. Yeah, so I would just say that the problem lies with the coach and the way he dictates the tactics and style of play of the team. Because if you look at the lineup yesterday, that's the best lineup they can field any day. There's nothing else that can be done to that squad that will be an addition at this moment. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Okay,
So
I understand you, but don't you
I don't
think
see a reason why
even
you should be having that kind of result.
even with the presence of Paul Pogba in that midfield, the presence of Bruno Fernandes,
They
especially the
had the
presence
likes
of
of
Pogba,
Bruno,
I think there's a weakness
McTominay,
there.
Sancho,
Yeah,
Ronaldo, and Rashford. What else
yeah.
could you ask for? They all played the game, and you can't expect anything less than a win against Middlesbrough at the very least.
Okay. Going forward, you talked about formation. You talked about the way the Ralph Ragnick started with Manchester United. Do you think the current Manchester United squad have the capacity to adopt to Ragnick style of play, which we saw that the 4-2-2 didn't work, and revert back to the 4-1-3-2 formation. But how best do you think this current United side, can be utilized going forward?
I think first of all, let's say that the team had they had the would I say disadvantage of having to change a coach in the middle of the season. That's when
Yes.
Ragnick came in. But I think it will be something of a this. I don't want to use the word disgrace anyway. But I see not. I don't see anything difficult in the style Ragnick is trying to put into the team. But except the fact that the team they are trying to look uninterested with the style of play, because when you look at the calibers of players that are in that squad at the moment, it shouldn't be hard for
Yeah.
them to implement what the coach is trying to tell them. And in modern day football, we've seen so many situations where players go against the coaches and get bad results just to make a statement and all of that. I'm not trying to say that the team is against Ragnick. I'm only saying that if they actually want to make things work, they can put their head down and grind out results from the games they are having.
Okay. That's a good one. Okay, coming back to us now. We saw that yesterday. Obama accused. Obama did accuse Arteta of bullying. I don't know. I don't. Will I use the word bullying or thereabout? I won't use the word bullying, but he accused Arteta of not being fair to him. Actually, okay. Hold on for just a quick one. Roland, we have Roland on the show. Yeah. Good morning, Roland. Can you hear me?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Phil. Like I hear you. Sorry, I'm putting on Esperance jersey. I'm supposed to put on the jersey of Super Eagles, Nigeria, because of course
It doesn't matter.
Falcons, our Falcon actually have a game today in Abuja by 4 p.m. against Cameroon for the under-20 World Cup. So, but we're going to the stadium to cheer them on.
Okay, no problem. Okay, just a quick one. We talked about. I want to hear your opinion of what happened at Old Trafford yesterday. We saw a good start for United in the first half. They got the penalty, they lost it, had chances left, right, center, and at the end of the day, they couldn't really make it count. What do you think is the problem of that team, that United team?
Well, I think we have a lot of issues in Manchester United. I think the players and also the coaching. You know, I know that you are one of those persons that you've always kicked against Ed Woodward. I know you've never supported him because you believe he's part of the problem. You also believe the Glazers are part of the problem.
Yeah, I
But
do.
of course, with the number of players or the quality of players that we got in this season, one will want to believe United should be probably challenging. We should be going for trophies like the FA Cup and maybe put up a little challenge in the English Premier League, because of course last season we finished second in the EPL, have maybe 12 or 13 points behind the Manchester City. Yesterday was really disappointed. Like, I'm angry with the whole team, angry with Cristiano Ronaldo. I know that today is his 37th or 38th birthday. I'm angry with him. Yeah, even you need to see, you see the one that even Bruno Fernandes, that was in the second half, open post. Like I can't imagine a player of Bruno Fernandes missing that kind of player. You know, if it was somebody like Rashford or Marshall that missed that, they would have come under fire. But Bruno Fernandes has not come under fire. The performance was very poor. Like, how can you not win Middlesbrough inside 90 minutes? A team struggling in the championship and what have you? It's really sad. And for Ralf Rangnick, poor tactics, poor decisions. His substitutions didn't go well as planned. I would not want to blame that young guy Elanga, because of course it's penalty. Anybody can miss penalty. But why not you kill that game off inside the 90th minute? Ronaldo missed a penalty. We had chances. Ronaldo could have scored like 4 goals yesterday. I watched the man. Till today, I'm so bitter, I'm so angry, I'm so disappointed with Manchester United that, come on, Middlesbrough, you should be able to win this kind of matches.
Okay, back to you, Hamza. Hamza is the only United fan on this place. Hamza,
Omar, can I say something, please? Can I say something, please, to Roland before we go forward? It's clearly obvious that Roland is a United fan, and I can understand that.
Yes, I'm a Man United fan.
Doesn't hide
Yes,
it.
and I can understand that he's actually angry and bitter at the moment, just like most of Manchester United fans. But I want you to understand something that if we are not going to blame Ragnick alone, I think the squad as a whole should be getting slams on all angles. These are Middlesbrough is a team where even if your coach is any chance in having COVID or not on the touchline or not even in at the end of affairs for that match, this is a team where you should be winning conveniently. Now, if you are putting the whole of the blame on Ragnick, it goes a long way to say that you're actually pampering those players. We've seen them under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and we had all the blames on Ole. Now we are seeing them under Ragnick, and we are still putting all the blames on Ragnick again. I think that will not be fair on all the coaches that are managing that team. I think the bulk of the blame should be on the players. Attention should be shifted to the players because they are high-level players. These are players where if you put them in other teams, you can see them perform to an expectation when they have things going for them or when they have pressure or something they are looking forward to. But when they get to United, you see them playing as if nothing is at stake. Like nobody's going to hold us for getting results like this. I saw a tweet from Rashford this morning. You know, he's always quick to apologize on social media and the rest. And he was encouraging Elanga. Even you yourself, you need to be beaten, not encouragement. You are not
The
in the position to
network?
even encourage the young players because you are not even a role model to anyone.
Okay, guys, that's just it. Well, quickly moving on because we'll be looking at some other statement. Okay, we saw Hamza before Roland came in. We saw Martin Keown, former Arsenal defender, warning Arteta of the habit of falling out with big players in the club. Don't you think that this is a recurring decima in Arsenal since Arteta came in the club? We saw Ozil was booted out. Now we saw David Lewis as well. We also saw Zaka.
Guendouzi.
Saw Guendouzi, and now is Aubameyang. Don't you think that this is a recurring issue habit with Arteta, and this might affect the club going forward because in terms of signing, you won't get the real quality you want going forward. It will affect the club. But don't you think that Arteta should stop this issue of falling out with players, Hamza?
Okay, first of all, I want to start with Aubameyang because that's the most recent one. I want to tell you that you've all been seeing Aubameyang play for Arsenal even before the issue started.
Yes.
The level of how do I put it? Concentration he has in the game, and he has not been scoring goals. Those are the two factors you should first of all consider. He has not been scoring goals, and the level of concentration has not been good enough. Then he added that with off-field behavior where he missed training, he traveled without permission and the likes. Now, we are just seeing Arteta for the first time managing a club, and I can bet everyone that's in the football world will tell you that the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear Arteta is discipline. I know everyone will know that already now. When you see what he has done to the like of Guendouzi and the like.
Arteta, hold on. Arteta, I also have a piece. I also have a piece from Talksport. Arteta is one of the players that also put pressure as a Wenger during Wenger's time in Arsenal as well. He also behaved in this manner of way as well. So now, don't you think that he should calm down as a manager and look at this?
I want to say something. I'm not trying to be on Arteta's side. I'm just trying to say that
scoring goals.
In the media, it's not everything that happens that you believe.
Huh?
It's not everything that happens that they say in the media that you believe. You said you heard from Talksport, and from what I know about Arteta when he was playing for Arsenal, he was like a helping hand for Wenger in the dressing room.
Don't you think so? He was also one of the rebels as well.
I never heard about that, seriously.
You will hear about it because Wenger, the likes of Wenger and Sir Alex Ferguson always have a way of protecting their players. But
what I'm trying to drive at is that the club has a plan. And the plan is that even though I'm not so happy with what they did in January transfer window, because I see that as them not being ambitious and the likes. But I think when you look at their own perspective. They see it as a team that has a lot of deadwood. They has nothing to offer going forward. They are
But you
just
need,
on a,
let me
a
tell you,
huge sum of salary week
you
in,
need
week out.
experience. You need your experienced players to turn up. When they are not turning off,
The
as a
experienced
manager,
players are not even good enough. You don't call people experienced players because they have stayed long in the team. You call them
no.
experienced players
These
because
are
you know
two.
these
No,
people are
no,
good.
no. Let me come in. Of course, we know that since Aubameyang joined Arsenal, of course, the last 3 seasons all about he was their best player. He was prolific, and we knew the issue that actually transpired about his mom, him traveling and everything, not coming when he was given, but when he came back, he went very early to training and everything. The team also went to Dubai. He was stripped of the captaincy. The team went to Dubai. He was not part of the team and everything. As a manager, if you look at the likes of Sir Alex Ferguson, I think he's the person that actually made us know what they call hair dryer treatment. We look at we look at David Beckham. But I feel as a manager, if your captain or a player does wrong, of course there are better ways to actually correct him than froze him out of the team. On that, a lot of Arsenal legends have come out to speak against him. The way Aubameyang was being treated. I'm not the one saying it, but a lot of Arsenal legends, they've come out to talk about him. Martin Keown said it. You can say Emmanuel Adebayor is not a legend, but he's an ex-Arsenal player. He has also said it, including I think Ian Wright. I think one of the shows on television, I think I saw him when he was asked about Aubameyang and everything. For crying out loud, Aubameyang has been prolific for Arsenal. If to tell you that even Thierry Henry, that's a legend of Arsenal, Henry played more games than Aubameyang, but Aubameyang got 50 goals first, more than Thierry Henry. So it shows you the quality of player Arsenal had in Aubameyang. We've talked about the issues with Mesut Ozil, a former World Cup winner with Germany, a former La Liga winner with Real Madrid. Of course, he didn't win the Champions League with Madrid. He left there. When he left, that was when Madrid started winning all those 4 or 3 Champions League. So for me, Arteta could have handled this thing professionally. I understand the fact that even former I think the current sporting director of Dortmund, talking about a German, Watzke, the name is spelled Wazte, something like that. He also made mention that Aubameyang had issues. Of course, Klopp was their manager then. The issues were resolved. The media couldn't get hold of it because, of course, you need an experienced manager. Do you know that even Pep Guardiola is a disciplinarian, but you don't always see these things happening to his players? Exactly. Pep Guardiola is one of the current disciplinarians we've seen in football, including Jose Mourinho, But, of course, I know that Arteta is a manager that needs to stamp his authority. He's still a young manager. He's trying to learn the ropes. But, of course, you can't handle your best players or your captain or your experienced player with that kind of iron fist, because trust me, a lot of players will be scared of coming to join Arsenal because they can look at what you've done to your past players, maybe your legend or your current players, the way you've handled them. If it's me, I'll be scared of coming there, even if I'm talented. I'm not taking anything away from Arteta. He's a good manager by his standard or by his level, but of course you should treat these guys properly and well.
Everybody heard of what Ferguson did to Beckham, up to the extent that he threw him a boot. He didn't stop any player from joining United.
But we agree with that. But what we are saying,
after that, Ferguson embraced him. After that, Ferguson embraced him. Ferguson made Beckham the global star that we know him. Ferguson embraced him. Ferguson did not throw boot on him and say, "Oh boy, fuck off and leave my club." No, Ferguson embraced him. That was what Arteta could have done. That's what I'm saying.
I understand.
Hamza, it's just like if you have a child, if your child misbehaves, it's normal. You go spank the child, then you go throw him back. Now, if you spank the child, you go throw him away. You won't do that now. But that was what Arteta did.
The football business is not like comparing to a child. A child is
there are times.
Aubameyang was not even performing on the pitch. He was not even.
No, he was going through a lot. Of course, he was frozen out of the team. How can when you don't give him the chance, does he perform?
Before all the issue happened, when he was playing game in game out, he was not doing well. He was not doing well.
He was not informed. I agree with you. He was not informed. Even Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi. Now you can imagine a player of Lionel Messi standard. Messi for PSG this season, he has scored just 1 goal in the league. He's not informed. So are you telling me that now Pochettino should go and throw him away, or Ronaldo is standard? Ronaldo is not informed.
You like Neymar?
I'm a fan of Neymar. I love him.
Well, do you like his attitude?
Of course, he has his own issues, but that doesn't mean he's not going to play football because he's very good.
I'm only
He's,
saying
he's,
this
the,
because
he's,
these are
he's
the
the most prolific
type of
Brazilian
players
of all
that
time
affect the
now.
team.
So it shows you a lot that Neymar, how many matches has he played, but he's Brazil national team all-time leading scorer. You won't take that away from him. He has his attitude, but you won't take away football from him.
I agree with you, Roland. I agree with you. But I think the issue for me is that if he's not scoring goal, it is a duty of the manager to call the player and say, look at you're not scoring goal though. What do we do about it? I know you're having so issues. Can you put aside your non-footballing issues? There should be a dialogue. There
And
should be a
focus on
meeting
football.
between these managers and
Yes, that's why he's the coach.
okay, guys. Quickly, let's look at Roland. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, quickly, let's look at Greenwood. I want to ask this question. I think we'll briefly look at it. In the next 2 minutes, we'll talk about him. Do you think that it's all over for Greenwood, guys? Hamza.
Okay, Hamza.
Hamza,
Yeah.
please. Is it all over? Is it all over for Greenwood? Can you hear me, Hamza? Hamza, can you hear me? Hamza, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
We can't hear Hamza. Hamza, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now. The network has been a bit.
Okay. I said, do you think it's all over for Greenwood and football? Okay, Roland, please answer the question, please.
Well, for me, I think it's not totally all over. He's still 20 years old. I want to believe something can still be done. There are some school of thought that okay, a school of thought that says Greenwood didn't know what actually went wrong or what happened, why he had to do what he did last weekend. Of course, but he's above 18. That's how I say it. He's above 18. You notice of recent, due to this Greenwood issue, Sky Sport and BBC, they had to lock their replies because, of course, a lot of persons were saying things. Sky Sport and BBC, they are the biggest media outfits in the UK as regards sports. In fact, in the world, as regards sport, I think they are up there with whether ESPN or whoever. So for me, for Greenwood, I think for now he needs to go through. Should I say he needs a psychological lesson, so you need a counselor to counsel him because of course he's a talented footballer, he's a young footballer, the future looks very bright for him. Of course he's supposed to be the future of Manchester United, but it seems for now Man United has distanced themselves from everything that has to do with Greenwood. In fact, they were talking that if you bought Greenwood just maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, you can bring it back to the club and they will change it for you and stuff like that. So for me, I still feel it's really not over for him. But as a guy this season, I doubt if he's going to get on a pitch. But I know some things can still be done. And
Hamza, will Greenwood play for Man U next season?
with the steps that Manchester United has taken on this issue, I doubt if he's going to play for Manchester United anytime soon. At least at the very least, what I know is that they have distanced themselves from him, and I think that it's going to remain like that up till this case goes away. So I don't see them having anything to do with him at this moment.
Okay. Okay, guys. Quickly, finally, we are going to AFCON. Next week show. Let me just remind our viewers. Next week show will be a bumper show. I trust you. This one is just a tip of the iceberg. Today's one, I think I for so far so good. I've enjoyed the show. But next week show, the Premier League will be back on Wednesday, on the 8th, which is on Wednesday or rather on Tuesday. On Tuesday. So hopefully, I'm thinking that we should have a show before the Premier League. Before we should have a show on Tuesday. Hopefully, on Tuesday in the morning. Probably, maybe that will be okay, or rather on the Monday. But I will think about it so that we tell our viewers what to expect in the Premier League. But quickly, we have Sadio Mane versus Mohamed Salah, or rather Mohamed Salah versus Sadio Mane, whatsoever way you want to. It is Egypt. It is Senegal, Egypt in the final, or Egypt, Senegal in the final of the AFCON. I think we cannot ask for as neutral fan. We cannot ask for anything that's we cannot ask for much for this AFCON. This is a befitting final. You have two teams, one that have both of them did struggle. I say yes, they did struggle to the stage at which they were now, especially Egypt. I think Egypt is the most lucky the lucky of the two. They were not really magnificent. They were not really prolific. They don't have the guile, nothing to show for, but they are in the final. So what do we expect in this final between these two teams? Or do we see another luck or god of soccer on their side once more, on the side of Egypt? Or do we see a Senegalese side that want to win the tournament at all costs for the very, very first time? Roland.
Well, for me, I'll be rooting for the Senegalese team. I think if there's any team that deserves to have won this AFCON before now, it should be Senegal. Of course, they've had their golden generation. We can talk of Henry Camara, El Hadji Diouf, Baba Boba Sisse,
Yeah.
including their coach Alou Cisse. Of course, he was the captain in 2002 when they won France in that World Cup. That's talking about the current coach of the Senegalese national team. I think for me, they deserve to actually win this AFCON, if not for anything, the fact that they've never won it before, and the fact that they played the last final.
Roland, are you there? Roland, can you hear me? Okay, we've lost Roland. Hamza, what do you expect in this final, please?
Aside the fact that Senegal has not won it before, I'm not indifferent with any team winning it, and I see that I want to say something that whoever wins this game totally deserves it. They've actually worked for it, and
Are you sure? I know
yes.
they've worked their ass, they've worked their let me not use the word. They've worked themselves into this final with good hard work. But I just think that Egypt is the luckiest of the two teams.
No.
Um,
Egypt is not lucky. Senegal just had the best or the I think lesser opponents.
okay.
Yes, if you look at the opponents that Senegal had faced compared to what Egypt has faced, Egypt did a lot of work to get to where they are today. If you look
Okay,
at going to the final,
when you look at Senegal, let me look at their way to the final. They played a draw with Sierra Leone, if I'm not mistaken, um, and they beat Malawi, if I'm not mistaken. They also won against. They also drew against Guinea. Yes, that's how they went in the group stage, and in the quarterfinals, in the round of 16. Let me see that score in the round of 16 for Senegal. Just hold on, please. Um, Come in, please. Let me pull out their data. Okay, okay. Let me just go back. Let me go back to the Senegalese. Okay, in the group stage, they beat. Okay, sorry. In the group stage, their first match, they beat Zimbabwe 1-0, drew against Guinea, and drew against Malawi. So they had two draws and one win in that group. And they went on to beat Cape Verde 2-0 in the round of 16. And the quarterfinal, they beat Equatorial Guinea 3-1, and beat Burkina Faso again 3-1. When you look at their pathway, you see that yes, they've played with lesser opponent, but I just think that if you look at the path they took as well, there's no easy path. There's no easy path. The Egyptians also had a difficult patch as well. But I just think that the Egyptian team is not balanced. They don't have that you know the way we used to know the Egyptian team. They don't have that finesse, but they have the technical ability to win games. That's how I see it. So
You see,
What do you
the
think
way they
about?
play their game is, I think, is quite planned. I think they know their weakness
Yes,
and their
it's
strengths,
planned in it,
and
yeah.
they, and they and they play to their strengths. Now, when the Egypt wants to play a game, they don't work themselves out trying to outplay you and trying to score immediately. They sit back, control the game. No matter what you bring to them, they try as much as possible to be compact enough for them to control what you do and how to make you not to score, if I can use that. So if we are looking at this Egypt team, there's nothing spectacular about except the fact that they have Mohamed Salah. Going forward, what they know is make you just prevent you from scoring. And when they have the chance, they either
Sure.
score or let it go to penalties. I've noticed that they are very good at penalties. I've noticed that the biggest mistake that Senegal will make today on the final is for them to take the game to the penalty. Is going to be a very big disadvantage for Senegal. Trust me.
Okay.
I don't care how good Mendy is. The Egyptian side play beautiful penalties, and that is what they play to.
We all expect the game to finish before 90 minutes. That's how I see it. I
Yes,
wouldn't say we all expect the game.
if it's going to finish before 90 minutes, I'm sorry to say that means Senegal is going to win. Because I don't see Egypt winning it in 90 minutes encounter.
Okay, quickly, finally, uh, what's your prediction for the match, please?
Yeah, there you go again. Why do you keep bringing stuff like this? I don't like
I
answering
have
questions.
this part is one of you. At least how many predictions have you? How many predictions have you gotten from this show? At least
I think
from the ones you predicted, you've gotten one or
I
two. I
got
think
two
one or
now.
two or three.
I think
Yeah,
I got
two.
two.
So I think it's good. So what's your take about it about this match?
Sincerely, nothing is coming to my mind. But let me just make a pick. I think uh, a 1-0 win for Egypt.
Okay, a 1-0 win for Egypt. Okay, okay. For me, I will go for a 2-1 win for Senegal. And at the end of the day, we'll talk about it. I'll put it on the group chat so that we'll see.
No problem.
This part of our discussion, I'm going to cut it and put it on the group chat. You will see it. Don't worry. I'll cut it, download it and cut and
No
put it on the group
problem.
chat. Yeah. Okay. Arsenal are knocked out of the FA Cup. They will not be part of the FA Cup. Sorry, this time around. For Arsenal, I think there would be there would be any fanfare for the FA Cup. But I think that the likes of Edu and Arteta should look at their team very well and tell themselves what they need in the summer. I think for me, I think this season, the best they can get is the top four if they have. I don't think they even have the team to challenge others around them for the top four, except if things fall in place for them. But what I think Arteta should also look at is should look at draw players closer. Players will always misbehave. Players will always do one or two things, but you have to draw them closer, not falling out with them. I understand he's still young, he wants to be a disciplinarian, but let me tell you something. If it's a reoccurrence of the day you will fall, those players will not come to your aid, and that's just it. That's what I believe. So, what do you think?
Well, I think that's one of the most important thing that he wants to make part of his managerial career: discipline. There are coaches that that they don't like indiscipline. I think he's trying to make a statement for himself in the world of football that if you are going to play for Ateta, you are going to put your head down and be professional no
Yes,
matter what happens.
remember, Arteta has only won the FA Cup. Arteta has only won the FA Cup. We have
What
to be
has
very,
Ole
very
Gunnar
careful.
Solskjaer won? Sorry to
No,
ask.
no, no. When I'm talking with respect to him being disciplined, he has always won the FA Cup. You have to win some. You have to win
Yes,
some. I'm not
and
talking
you
about.
see,
I'm not comparing the two
aside
managers.
discipline,
Understand me.
you should look at
If
the
you want
strength
to,
of the
if you
Arsenal
want
team.
to,
You
yes,
should look at
no.
the strength of Arsenal team.
If you want to be a
That Arsenal
disciplinarian,
team might not win the FA Cup under another manager. I hope you know that.
eh?
That Arsenal team might not win
No,
the
they
FA
will
Cup
win.
under another manager.
In that circumstance, they will win. In the circumstance they find themselves, they will win. That's how I see it. There were people. that has been in that team that won the FA Cup, and that's what you need. Your experienced players, and that's how I see it. I will leave that for you. We'll continue this argument
It's
next
just,
time.
okay, let me say something to you that I think they are thinking over there at the Emirates. I think they are
Yeah.
thinking that they are out of most of the cups this season. In fact, all the cup games this season, they are only
Yes.
concentrating on the Premier League, and the little or the thin squad they have right now should help or should be able to take them through to the end of the season. They just have only 19 games to go.
To the top four. To the top four.
19 games to go.
To the top four.
Yes, to the top four, whatever they get themselves, wherever they get themselves. I think all they have now is just 19 games to the end of the season, and I know they are thinking that the number of players they have in the team right now are enough to give them
To help them achieve
the
it.
top four. Yes, they think so. Because if you
no
ask me, I would
problem.
say it's not achievable for the team, but they think so, and they are working on that. I think the major transfer dealings with Arsenal will be coming during the summer, and they want to make a very big statement. I think that they don't want a replacement that will just be a short-term solution. I think they're looking at the long-term solutions that is going to be around for so many years. And as it is, we all know that January transfer window is always very, very difficult to get the talented
The right
players
players,
around.
yeah. But
So I think them
can
to them
Arsenal boldly
it's success.
can Arsenal as a team can they boldly spend 150 million, 100 million pounds on a player? Tell me the truth.
on one player?
Yes.
I
Because we
wouldn't
saw
know.
that
Don't know that.
we saw that with we saw that with Dusan Vlahovic. We saw it with Dusan Vlahovic. And what scared Arsenal was the 15 million
No,
pounds.
Vlahovic didn't want to come to Arsenal. Vlahovic didn't want to come to Arsenal. It was obvious because there was nothing
even in the
Juventus
summer,
was
even in
giving
the
him
summer,
that Arsenal weren't ready to give him more than that. Vlahovic didn't want to come to England.
Okay, that means probably even in the summer you can attract big players. That's what it is.
No. I think after the Juventus deal, you could see what the Fiorentina director of football said, that Vlahovic and his agents were trying to reap any clubs that come, and they were even holding out to.
That's football. You have to be ready. Agents are there
Good.
to cash out. Agents are there to cash out.
What I'm trying to say is this: the players are the player himself and his agent are not ready to move to Arsenal, because if they were ready, everything was ready for him to get. Do you know what Juventus offered him? They are not even ready to pay the full transfer fee now. Arsenal was ready to pay everything.
That's why I said they knew what they wanted from Arsenal, and they wanted Juventus to come into the deal, and Juventus came into the deal, and they got
You know the same thing happened at with the case of Locatelli.
Exactly. So, but going forward, I think agents need to. I think thank God that from this year, I think a certain time this year, there will be a cap on what agents will earn and in the transfer and what they should not earn. That's what I think. Hamza, thank you so much for being part of the Pundit table today. I think I really appreciate you being here. Hopefully, I will see you around. Hopefully, we will see ourselves around the corner on Tuesday when the big one.
The Premier League will be back.
I hope this time I get this prediction right for Senegal to win the Nations Cup. I will get this one right. I will beat you to this one, hopefully.
No problem.
Thank you so much. I will share a clip of this video with you so that you can put it on the group as well. Thank you so much for being part of the show, and I will see you next week.
All right, bye.
Thank you so much for being part of Football Nutmeg. Kindly subscribe if you like what we are doing. We'll be live on Tuesday, hopefully, to talk about the EPL. We'll have Hamza and one other person for the show. Thank you so much, and see you. Ciao.